Doesn't sound too good. Oh. This is the moment I lost $100 worth of film, but more importantly, a key component to this short documentary. What happens next forced me to pivot, and this is how. I think it just like died. Yeah, that didn't sound good. It should just be...
Had a misfire, eh?
50D film, let's see if I still know how to load this up. Wish me luck, everyone. There we go. You have to close these so it actually like forms these loops in here, and then you pop those. So this is a behind the scenes look at my new short documentary, Corduroy. It's about my friend Andrew, who is a ski groomer. So on the day I was getting a bunch of these like crash zoom shots of the trail signs and getting some follow cam shots of Andrew as well. And I wanted to sort of have this like really fast intercut moment of sort of these macro shots on the trail map and crash zooms and cutting to him actually riding the trails. So that was the idea behind shooting 16mm. If you've watched any snowboarding videos, you know 16mm and snowboarding go hand in hand.
When they blast out, and let me show you exactly what we all about. Let me get feel the vibe when they blast out, and let me show you exactly what we all about. Let me get feel the vibe.
On to the next. I didn't go with just like a general idea. I had a very concrete plan with a shot list and music already picked out before. And that leads me to today's sponsor, which is Track Club. The music that you're currently listening to is from Track Club, a music licensing service that has real music by real people, such as this one. I've used it in my demo reel and new documentary, Corduroy. They have features like similarity search and Mixlab where you can isolate certain parts of the song. You can get started with a 2-month free trial with the link in the description. Now, let's get back to the video. So obviously filming on a Bolex while snowboarding is such a risk factor. Like with these cameras, it's all mechanical. There's film literally moving through the camera. And I guess when I was riding with it, I must have hit a bump or something like that, and it knocked the film out of place and it wasn't shooting anymore. So later that night, I went into the bathroom and turned off the lights, and I opened up the camera and there was just a spaghetti strand of film everywhere, and it was a bit of a panic. So I sort of just knew I lost what we shot that day, and I was super bummed about that.
You got it?
I love it. After we filmed all the 16mm stuff, the following day we filmed an interview, and I was watching one of Mark Bone's videos. He was talking about doing a B-roll sandwich, and this was really just such a good idea. Film B-roll, then your A-roll, then your B-roll. That's gonna make your subject comfortable in front of camera. I was obviously really limited on my gear space. I had my long snowboard bag where I was able to fit some light stands luckily, and a nan light tube, and a boom pole as well. And then I followed Andrew one night in the Cat, and this was such a crazy experience because you're literally 5,000 feet up on this mountain and you're pretty much the only one there. It's pitch black and you're held by a steel cable on these slopes, and it is such a gnarly feeling, and it's something he does every single day, which is why I'm really excited to share this documentary.
Going logging.
I plan to shoot everything on 16mm to sort of tie things together with a montage at the end. And I ended up shooting things digital. I shot things on my S5 IIX, and I ran into another issue of IBIS. If you're shooting on a wide lens, I was shooting around 18mm with IBIS turned on, and there is just so much warping that happens at this focal length, so a lot of the shots weren't really usable. Luckily, I only needed very small snippet moments that happened while he was actually riding. I was just spraying and praying, that's honestly what it was. You want to think of your sequences as a linear thing as well, so your A-roll should be telling a story as well as your B-roll. So before I cut to all the shots of him actually riding his snowboard, I'm gonna get shots of him putting on his boots and doing his board and putting on his binding and going up the chairlift and stuff like that. So I want you to think like that, and that's something I thought about in pre-production. That wasn't something I thought about on the day. I flew from Toronto to British Columbia having an actual plan. Things will ultimately go wrong on your projects, and I was there for a limited amount of days, so I knew I couldn't let this bog me down. So I really just had to go full force into this project and just adapt on the fly. Really the point of this project was just going out there with an idea and just making things work. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be the next video dropping on this channel. I'm really excited to share it. So subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, I'll see you in the next. Thanks.